Have you heard?
You seem tired. Tea? I'll brew you some. Do you take sugar? 1 cube or 2?
The rite of parting? Did something terrible happen again?
Так, всем привет, с вами я, Рок, и сегодня мы будем продолжать играть в Genshin. Не помню, либо на прошлом, либо на позапрошлом стриме я случайно отключил микрофон и забыл его включить. То есть даже не заметил, что я его выключил.
Leave it to me.
Вот так
All
вот.
of it, whatever it is. What exactly is it? I didn't quite catch your request.
По-моему, это было на прошлом.
Have you heard? The rite of parting.
The rite of parting? Did something terrible happen again?
Что ж, сегодня мы будем изучать у нас бог песен. Да, до этих мы когда-нибудь дойдем, да. Да-да. Тома, насколько он новый персонаж, я не могу понять. То есть... Он начал отображаться. Так, еще у меня, когда только появились эти главы, но при этом как персонаж он добавился совсем недавно, когда вышла Хутао. Эти ПХЗ. Ладно. Вот, бог песен у нас сейчас будет. Я надеюсь, уровнем мне персонажа достаточно. Ладно. Так. Та-та-та-та-та.
Hey, look over there. She's all by herself, right? Because she's acting as if she's talking and laughing with somebody else. What? You mean you used to act like that too? So is this an invisible friend who hangs out with you sometimes? Or do they just exist in your imagination? Imaginary. Oh, you must mean imagined friend, right? Why didn't you just say so?
Чё?
So, this imaginary friend of yours, when does Paimon get to meet them? Seriously? So, imaginary friends just did... Oh, Paimon was looking forward to meeting yours. Hey, don't suppose your brother has an imaginary friend too? No way! You guys are so lucky! Because they have this game in Liyue. Have you heard of it? It's a 4-player game, but it seems you guys could play it with just the 2 of you.
Oh, Traveler! Fancy meeting you here.
Tone deaf bard. What are you doing here?
I'm here because Lisa has been making some exciting new contraptions.
Why does the thought of Lisa's contraptions make Paimon so nervous?
Come now, that's no way to speak about the elegant Miss Lisa. For this particular contraption, Lisa had to import some dangerous materials from Sumeru.
Dangerous?
I know, right? Apparently, though, it's called an Urnama detector.
Сука.
Sadly, Lisa isn't able to use it herself, so I'm borrowing it for a while. And also, I'm testing it out for her.
Huh? Why can't Lisa use...
Perhaps it's because she lacks a certain childlike sense of wonder. Or maybe there's some other reason for it. If you want to know for sure, just ask her yourself sometime.
So, you can see them? Go on, tell us. What does his imaginary friend look like?
That would be telling. Anyway, it's all yours now, traveler. Take a look. See if you can see Nora's imaginary friend.
Do you see him? Do you see him?
So it does work for you two.
Paimon wants to see? Wait, but this gizmo isn't in Paimon's size. Alright then, you'll just have to be Paimon's eyes on the ground. Let's go see what imaginary friends look like.
Так все-таки у них есть ментальная связь, да?
Flower shop always seems kinda floaty-headed, you know? Paimon bets she has an imaginary friend. Needs assistance.
I know I can.
Я этого Чарльда выебал в жопу, так что не надо мне его предъявлять в качестве лучшего врага. Ой, этот ваш чал только и может мокрыми местами светить. Чальда. Да-да, я все об нем услышал. И видел. Не, я лучше проверю микрофон. А то я так Ratchet & записывал. Первую серию. Не, я лучше проверю микрофон. Работает отлично.
I'll catch up.
There it is! Behold, a floaty imaginary friend for floaty-headed Flora! A bloaty floaty!
Wait, imaginary friends can be plants now?
Hi, Traveler. Hi, Bard. Sure. How can I help? Oh, you mean Mr. Floaty? Most people can't see him. Mr. Floaty is my bestest friend. We grew up together.
No fair. Paimon hates feeling left out.
Flora, why exactly are you friends with a bloaty floaty?
What's wrong with it? I always wanted to be friends with a plant who could fly.
Friends with a flying plant? Why?
Because then when it's windy, you and your friend can fly off into the sky together. You gotta admit that's pretty cool.
Isn't that called being blown away?
That's what some people like to call it. I only found out this plant existed from an explorer who told me I think his name was Stanley. Stanley's an adventurer, and you can tell he's an expert at it from the stories he tells. The Amazing Adventures of Stanley are super famous in Mondstadt. He's in the city at the moment. You should go ask him to tell you some of his stories.
That sounds like a fun idea for next time. But right now we have other things to attend to.
Flora's a pretty mysterious kid.
Which child shall we interrogate next?
Paimon's thinking. Oh, how about that little guy on the bridge?
И сейчас мы обосремся, да? Ой, ё-моё, я же говорю, обосремся.
Well, that is unexpected.
Timmy's imaginary friend is a ruin guard? Paimon's freaking out right now. That thing is sure to attack us.
What say you we postpone our conversation with Timmy for the time being?
Huh? Paimon has a favorite line? Seriously? Oh, how about we explore the area ahead of us later?
Это та фраза, которую типа за границу.
Children are more open-minded. Is that why they can think up all kinds of imaginary friends?
Fitting, isn't it? That the City of Freedom should be home to children with such boundless powers of imagination.
What about adults' imaginations? Let's ask some adults at the tavern.
Я же говорил, посмотрю на Тиме, обостроимся. Где люк? Икея. Жрут
The thing
вместе.
about wine is, you have to drink it at the tavern, or you miss out on half the fun.
Seems to me you'd find some way of keeping yourself amused even if you drank alone.
If I didn't know any better, I would say you're being deliberately uncivil.
Just drink responsibly on my premises, okay?
Oh, and if I did have one too many, what then? You'd throw me out along with the trash, is that it?
Throw you out?
You know, the same way you threw out Father's legacy. You sold off his mansion, or maybe you've forgotten.
Они братья?
I see no reason to cling to things that have outlived their purpose.
Is that so? Then I trust you were most swift indeed to part with us.
Sorry, I have no recollection.
That's odd. Master Diluc, I'm sure I saw such a vase in your home. A beautiful one, unmistakable in fact.
Seems our suspicions were right. Grown-ups don't appear.
Like I said, a lack of childlike wonder.
So people just stop dreaming when they grow up? Okay, well, Paimon for one never wants to grow up.
This raises an interesting question. At what age exactly? Let's go and check. How about Ellen? Someone of her age surely must have some imagination left, don't you think?
Может, вы бы начали с Ноэль?
Somehow, Paimon finds the idea of not being able to see Ellen's imaginary friend kinda scary. I'll catch up.
Теперь я узнал то, что Кея и Дилюк братья. Теперь понятно, чего они ссорятся постоянно. Джин.
Jean? What is Jean doing here? Is Master Jean Ellen's imaginary friend? Yeah, she's so conscientious.
Huh? Oh, hello. What are you guys doing?
Are you always training?
You bet. Today, I heard Stanley talking about his... Oh, I hope I can be as outstanding as him one day.
So that you can fight shoulder to shoulder with Master G.
I mean, obviously, I want to become a knight. And if I got to go...
Seems Ellen really looks up to Jean.
Oh, thanks! I was thinking, it's not every day I get to hang out with the honorary knight. Would you join me for some... Oh, how can I smash all these training dummies at once? Shame. Didn't man... Oh, how can I smash all these training dummies at once? Huh, so that's how to do it. I'm impressed. Oh, thank you. It's clear I still have a long way to go.
So modest. I, for one, think you're quite the pro at this already.
Oh, well, I'm exhausted from training, so clearly my fitness needs some work. One day, though, I'll smash all the
Ellen, she's our girl. If she...
Thanks. Shoot, I got so caught up here I forgot... Ugh, but I'm so sore from training. Honorary knight. Could you deliver a message to Jack for me? He's a friend of mine. Recently started as an adventurer. We were gonna meet up tonight and discuss adventure plans. Could you let him know it'll have to be another day? If I'm not mistaken, you should find him at the Temple of the Lion. He's Stanley's a truly legendary adventurer, renowned in all of Mondstadt. Great! Thank you so much.
Храм Льва, который я так и не закончил. О! Не думал, что тут дадут пробных персонажей. Да кому нужен этот ваш Крио? У меня есть Ноэль, который дает щит. Как я понимаю, Крио это базовый.
The Temple of the Lion? We explored this...
Кстати, запомните. Элегия погибли. Вот что за у него за лук? Я думаю, когда-то у него был и этот лук, который у меня. часть тысячелетней симфонии, что блуждает среди ветров, увеличит мастерство стихии на 60% при попадании элементарных навыков. Электронной стихии по противнику персонаж получает один талисман воспоминаний, он может возникнуть раз. Ебать. Раз в 0,2 секунды, даже когда персонаж в отряде но не активен, 4 собранных талисмана воспоминаний пропадают на 12 секунд, наделяя ближайших членов отряда эффектом тысячелетия симфонии непрощальный гимн. Их мастерство стихии повышается на 100 единиц, а сила атаки на 20%. В течение 20 секунд после активации эффекта талисманы напоминаний появляться не будут. Тысячелетие симфонии с эффектами, влияющими на тех же навыками, не складывают. Друзья, нам этот лук не успеет лире барда, словно вдох печали, выпущенные из него стрелы, разят точно в сердце. Ладно. Вот здесь, кстати, дали поиграть за персонажа. Церемонии древней знати. Я бы не удивился, если бы у него была, короче, странствующий ансамбль. Прицельный выстрел опускает 2 дополнительные стрелы. Использование навыка. Я понял, почему он мне тогда по несколько стрел стрелял. Песен. Вообще, у нее большая медведица. Так что даже... это потому что у меня она активированная. Я хотел сказать то, что даже созвездие есть. Она у меня просто активированная. Как и вот это у меня вообще полностью активировано.
This once before, didn't we? During the Storm Terror incident. Seems like it's now a hot spot for adventurers. That can only mean one thing. We didn't bag all the loot last time!
Нормально он там вращает.
Looks like we can't go any further.
Not to worry, allow me. Those who wander in the dust, the wind shall send soaring sky high. gliding be faster?
Someone needs assistance. Leave it all to me.
You're in for a little shock.
Ой, вы, кстати, не видели, я во время выполнения одного из доп. Заданий, ой, охота на этих монстров, мне, короче, запустилась диалог, а на меня нападал этот, как его, руинный охотник, и он меня, короче, Ноэль выкинул нахрен с карты. При этом она продолжала с чуваком базарить.
I'll catch up.
Понимаю.
Hey, are those guys?
I was so sure I was about to die.
To be fair, that could have gone either way. So, you must be Jack the Adventurer, I assume?
Yes. Who are you?
Actually,
Ellen has a message for you. She said she won't be able to join you today to plan out your next adventure together. She'll join you some other time.
Oh, I see. I feel bad you had to come all this way to find me.
Huh? I don't see what all the fuss is about. It was nothing that I...
Whoa! You are Stanley? You were that legendary adventurer?
The very same.
I must say, it's an honor to meet one as legendary as yourself. Well then, how would everyone like to proceed? Head back or head further inside?
Well, I think you're now in the safe hand, in which case, why head back now?
Okay, motion passed by unanimous consent.
Guessing you mostly came here because you wanted to hear my adventure stories. Am I right?
No, we really were just looking for Jack.
What? Do you know who I am? I am Stanley, renowned adventurer of Mondstadt.
Yeah, I think we got that.
Well, your attitude says maybe you don't got that. I am Stanley, the living legend. Stanley who braved the Manjavari.
Enough already! Ugh. Stop name-dropping yourself every time you open your mouth!
Так ты же сама это
It's
постоянно
true,
говоришь,
though.
пойман.
Stanley is the most amazing guy.
Well, Jack will listen, won't you? Now, where was I?
You and your partner reached the Mare Javari, a famously terrifying place with not a wisp of wind.
Блять, мне выйти надо выйти.
Precisely. There was a deathly silence in the air. A sea of ashes stretched out before us, as far as the eye could see. The Mare Javari. Suddenly, my partner was caught.
О, вот так заткнулись. Все, сейчас приду. И я вернулся.
In a whirlpool whipped up by an evil beast. Luckily, I managed to grab hold of him just in time.
Wow. So, did he make it?
Sadly, in the end, I alone was able to set foot on home ground once more, where the gentle breeze carried away the tears welling up in my eyes.
The poor guy. How could that happen?
Jack, you can't cry so easily if you want to be a great adventurer.
I know. Because an adventurer's proudest achievement is to die in the course of their final adventure. But whatever happens, no adventurer should ever die in a place where the wind doesn't blow. The wind has to bring your spirit back to Mondstadt.
That's right. To die in a place where the wind blows, and to have your spirit carried back to Mondstadt on the wind, that's the dream.
Yeah. Although, the most I can aspire to right now is beginner's commissions, like clearing out the slimes clogging up the sewers.
You shouldn't die in a place with no wind. Why do they keep going on about that? Is that why Stanley thinks the Mare Javari is the most terrifying place in the world? Because there's no wind there?
Yeah.
Пайман жалуется на то, что люди говорят, эти вот Стэнли постоянно называют свое имя. То же самое Пайман, который постоянно себя называет, когда говорит. Of course.
Whenever you need me, I'll be there.
Leave it to me. All of it. Whatever it is. What exactly is it? I didn't quite catch your request. You seem tired. Would you like some tea? I'll brew you some. Do you take sugar? Cube or two. Leave it to me. All of it. Whatever it is. What exactly is it? I didn't quite catch your request. You seem tired. Would you like some tea? I'll brew you some. Do you take sugar? 1 cube or 2? Whenever you need me, I'll be there. Leave it to me. All of it. Whatever it is. What exactly is it? I didn't quite catch your request.
Let's play! I'll race you there! Brace yourselves!
Leave it all to me.
My.
Going out is tiring.
I've made a small discovery. Could I ask you to use the Nernama detector once more?
What? Stanley has an imaginary friend.
It seems his imaginary friend is a seasoned warrior, covered in scars from head to foot, and a look of staunch determination on his face. You're saying his imaginary friend is an idealized version of his own self? Interesting idea, but is it true?
Please excuse me. I'll be leaving now.
Bye, Stanley. Do you still have time to spare?
What is it?
A few days ago, Stanley got drunk and told me a secret. Something he's never... The weapons he took on his adventure all those years ago. They were none other than those once wielded by Mondstadt's greatest hero, Vanessa herself. The Sword of Brilliant Valor, and the... I don't know whether you believe me, but... apparently, both the sword and shield are still right... Since you guys are the experts at this, can you come with me to try and retrieve these two legendary weapons? I don't know. Outstanding individuals always come with their quirks, right? If I can just get a hold of something impressive enough to show my family what I'm capable of, maybe they'll finally come around to the idea of me being an adventurer. Right now, I'm just a rookie. My abilities are limited, and my parents don't support my goals. So, what do you say? Help a guy out? I can't bring myself to tell Stanley about it, because my reasons are so... selfish. But, I swear I'll give the weapon...
Aw, poor Jack. Let's help him out. Venti.
I don't know.
Oh, one other thing. I have a bottle of rare vintage wine that I had someone fetch for me a couple years ago.
Dada Gorge, was it? Let's hurry. There's no time to lose.
Ладно. Чисто моя подруга. Кстати, да, он нужен для талантов, да. А, можно же. Усердие. Ага. Пыльца. %400%.
Silly churl Bill.
Я сначала к Ванессе отправлюсь.
Someone needs assistance.
Бог-алкаш, горе семье. Там что ли?
bunch of hilly churls. Are they holding some kind of ceremony? And what's with that pile of knickknacks? Are they worshipping them?
Seems so. That must be the sword of brilliant valor, surely.
Come a little closer.
No escape.
Ага, бьет сквозь стену.
Not so hard.
Leave it all to me.
I'll never surrender. Go.
Steady as stone.
Lo and behold.
Are you sure? Looks kind of basic. Why would hilly churls be bowing down before a piece of junk like this?
Seems somebody tossed an old sword into a pile of spoils these hilly churls were already celebrating.
This is in terrible shape, and it's so basic,
Say, Jack, have you ever seen an anemo crystal fly? If you saw one in broad daylight, you wouldn't bat an eyelid. But in the pitch blackness of night, its brilliant glow is mesmerizing. It truly resembles an exquisite crystal dancing in the night air. Is valor not the same? When everything is going your way, it seems meaningless, fades into the background. But when you're in dire straits, valor is the thing that gets you fired up and fighting back. It's the brilliant ray of light that guides you out from the darkness.
You're right. You're right. Then this has to be it. This is the Sword of Brilliant Valor.
So, let's scout around. It's definitely in Dadaupa Gorge, so... Huh?
There's somebody there.
Stanley? What?
He's acting so...
What happened? Why did you stop him?
Huh? Oh, it's nothing. Just one of those Mora spouting weasel thieves.
What? Where? I want to...
Maybe another time. We have a shield to find.
Теперь я знаю, как этот хорек называется, который с Моры постоянно бегает.
I'll catch up.
Lo and behold.
Liar, liar, pants on fire. A chunk of scrap wood with the handle attached.
There's also wine stains on it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was just taken from a wine barrel.
And yet, my bard's intuition tells me that this is none other. Warriors wear their battle scars with pride, and shields are no different. Surely an intact shield is one that has shied away from the battlefield. Is not the broken and splintered shield the one that has... Though the soldier's body be tired and torn, still they fight till the very end, till they have no blood left to bleed. Such magnificent strength of will. Is that not the true meaning of honor?
Как Венти сегодня жжет.
You do have a point. Shiny new shields don't stay new and shiny for long. Okay then. Well, maybe if we ask nicely, he'll... Ahem. Excuse me. Well, okay. You take it from here. Hope you've picked up some hilly trillium by now. If not, there's always body language. Seems cheerful enough. Maybe negotiating will work after all. Uh-oh. He did not seem to appreciate that. Uh-oh. He did not... Oh no. We ticked him up.
Leave it all to me.
Мне вот интересно, там можно было бы его не разозлить?
Hey! He dropped the shield of magnet...
Guys, thank you so much. I can't believe I actually found them. Mom, Dad, check out the legendary weapons I...
Hey, wait! The wine, you promised! What are you doing here, Stanley? Out for a stroll?
Hey, what are you doing here, Bard? Fancy that.
Oh, that's right. An after-dinner stroll, to be precise. We were also helping a friend look for something.
Paimon's starting to think Stanley might be a fraud. Did Stanley plant the sword and shield here in advance so as to...
Adventurers must be pretty familiar with Dadaupa Gorge. You fought battles here before, after all.
You better believe it. I can navigate this whole area with my...
Wow. Then I admire your perseverance. And your memory, too.
It's only to be expected of a great adventurer like me. You guys had better watch out, though. This place is crawling with hill... I'll get back to my,
Guilty conscience much?
Well, he shouldn't have gotten so carried away bragging to Jack, should he? Although, on further reflection, someone who can't let go of the past and gives up on the... I wonder if such a person was forced to take their first step towards the future.
What are you talking about?
I'm just musing to myself. Anyway, I propose we take a trip to Angel...
Someone needs assistance. I'll catch up.
Tell me, Stan. Tell me, what should I do?
Huh? Why does he keep repeating his own name?
Surely not. Even I've never heard tell of a second Stanley.
Oh, Stanley. It should have been me. I should have been the one to die in the Melchivari that day. Why won't your spirit come and stop me from using your name? Why, Stanley? If only you hadn't had to save a rookie like me, you would have never died in that windless corner of the world. You were a renowned adventurer, destined to become a legend one day. But now, that'll never happen, because your life was cut short, and all because of a worthless tag-along.
Does anyone—
I think our friend really did make it to the Merjavari. And I think the tragedy he encountered there was real too. But the real adventurer, the real Stanley, that was his partner, not him. The real Stanley is the one who died to save our Stanley.
Wait, so the only reason our Stanley is called Stanley in the—
I fear that may be the case.
Stanley, for so many years I've lived in fear. Fear that Mondstadt will forget all about you. So I tell your adventure stories at every opportunity. Mondstadt must remember. Stanley reached the center of the Madrivari. He's the greatest adventurer there ever was, and he lives on. Stanley will never die, because I am Stanley. I am Stanley.
Stanley Parable.
I'm sorry, Stanley. Getting too old. Are you guys planning on eavesdropping much longer?
Yikes! We're busted!
Go away. Save your questions.
But—
Leave now.
Honorary Knight, Venti, and Paimon. I'm so glad you guys are here. I've been looking for you everywhere. I wanted to thank you again for helping me find the sword and shield. My parents are finally supporting.
Oh,
Yeah, really. They even said they're gonna pay for someone to fix up the Sword of Brilliant Valor and Shield of Magnificent Honor for me, so I can
that's wonderful! So, Jack, is this the part where you bid farewell?
No, not yet. I still don't have what it takes to go too far from home just yet. Besides, I'm sure Stanley still has a few stories left to tell. They're what inspired me to become— Stanley, Oh, we'll see you tomorrow then. After your hangover wears off. Maybe you can tell me some more of your stories?
Stanley's really fond of that kid, don't you think?
Jack. Jack.
Jack left.
Oh, I see. Well...
Huh? All of a sudden you're facing the facts? That isn't like you.
Just now, I couldn't bear to look at him. His adventurous spirit is so just a weary old feckless frog. But that kid is a brand new shining star, full of potential.
You're not a total fraud. Stanley's adventure—
Stories, experiences. To be honest, my memories of adventuring and of Stanley, they're hazy these days. That's my biggest secret of all. And my biggest— all these years, I've been living to tell his story. But his personality and the details of his life, I don't remember. But the one thing I can never forget is that he died in a windless land, where his spirit can never be recovered.
Exactly. Even in his memory, the real Stanley isn't the living, breathing friend he knew at all. Instead, he's become fixed on the image of him as that battle-scarred warrior.
I'm too old. I never let go. But still, so much has slipped away. I'm completely and utterly worthless. No adventurer should have to go that way.
Hans Archibald.
My true name? How did you know?
Войти есть тут, Стэнли?
The wind. I can hear the wind blowing in the Mare Javari. I always believed you existed.
Will you hand me your old friend's spirit?
I can't believe it. Thank you all. And thank you, Lord Barbados. I'm sorry. It's gonna take me some time to calm back down. But I think that I'm gonna be okay.
Ah, wonderful! Stanley reconnected with his true self and Jack can finally go his own way. This calls for a celebration. And by celebration, I do...
And by libation, you mean you're not leaving this tavern till you're too drunk to walk, right?
No, the wine here's too expensive. Jack still owes me some wine, though. I'll head off to fetch the wine. See you shortly. Let's meet at the usual place.
Huh? Where's that supposed to be? Why has Paimon never heard of it? Hey, Tone Deaf Bard! Oh, hey!
You made it.
Just tell us where you meet next time, okay? So, did you at least manage to find your wine?
Yep. Well, sort of. Jack made it when actually it's just a half bottle of regular cider. This takes me back. The first time I saw this view, I hadn't even taken on this form yet. It was about 2,600 years ago, before the world had come under the rule of the Seven. At that time, Old Mondstadt was ruled by a tyrant who sealed off the city's perimeter with a ferocious hurricane. Even the birds couldn't get in or out.
Old Mondstadt? Oh, Paimon remembers! Nowadays it's known as Storm Terror's lair, right?
That's right. The Tyrant of the Winds who once ruled from that tower was Decarabian, god of storms. Back then, I was but a wisp among the thousand winds. I wasn't a god of anything. I didn't even have a human form. I was just a tiny elemental being who lived in the wind, a gentle breeze bringing subtle changes for the better, or tiny seeds of hope.
A tiny elemental being? Without a human form?
Yep. My current form is not so different from the situation with fake Stanley. I took the form of a friend. In Old Mondstadt transpired the story to be told. Where a tyrant ruled, I met a boy not that old. The lyre he played, and for a song he sought. But storm walls blocked blue sky, he was sincerely distraught. I do so wish to see the birds in flight, said he, his strong eyes filling with light. But his voice was lost in the howling wind's churn, for the whirlwind takes and gives not in return. The true sky and songs that cageless soar. Were they not wishes worth fighting for? So the boy turned, extending his hand. Let us cast down the tyrant and his walls from this land. The young boy raised then the flag of revolt, and I threw myself into freedom's tumult. Victorious were we who fought to be free. Gods fell, winds whipped, nations shook violently. In the smoke, a despot met his doom. And we watched as his great tower fell none too soon. Mondstadt began anew, the story passed down. And since then never has another worn its crown.
So then what?
И...
What happened to your friend?
Say, Paimon, do you wish to hear the next part of the story?
Yes, of course! The suspense is killing, Paimon! Now's the time you suddenly get a craving for apples? Really?
Getting a little peckish or something.
Paimon's had it up to here with you!
You know, you're so smart it almost makes me uncomfortable sometimes. But then, maybe it's right that true friends can tell what the other is thinking. A refreshing drink, a gentle breeze. Moments like this always take me back. Back to a song that I first heard from him. Fly, fly away. Like a bird in the sky. See the world on my behalf. To the heavens may you fly.
Задание в ивенте самое трогательное, наверное, из тех, которые сейчас были. Просто в ивенте. Думаю, можно еще что-то успеть. Здесь, по-моему, допка какая-то должна быть. Да. Пропотос все еще сидит. Да я думаю, слышит, вон он сидит.
the god of Magma protect you.
Куда? Мне кажется, должна делать главный герой.
This world is full of unsolved mysteries.
Правда, я думаю, еще желательно с анемо-силами, поэтому я сейчас вернусь. Не то. Он заметил. Нормально. То есть у нее были 7 одуванчиков. Ладно, Астра, и еще маски. Я прокачаю героиню нашу. 20 убью ему. Машет мегазвезда.
Transfers of supplies must be reported.
Одно созвездие осталось, нормально. ладно, это слишком. Мне надо сначала резонировать, а то забуду, а мне понадобится.
We may leave at any time.
Давайте-ка здание архонтов. Или уже поздно? А, уже поздно. Ладно. На этом будем с вами заканчивать. С вами был я, Роков. Всем удачи и всем пока-пока. Пока.